Hey everybody, I'm here monkeying around with my fit. I'm going to show you how to put the large Shaw Concepts nerd pouch on the front of the ARC V4 placard. And there's a couple things I wanted to show. I am going to do some other stuff. There'll be other videos with other stuff that I'm doing, but I did want to show you. So the way this is the small nerd pouch. The way Shaw does their molly, you have these tabs here on the back of the thing, and it's the same with the large nerd pouch. It's the same with the big freaking gun pouch. They have their molly straps, and then there's a little bit of Velcro right here, and there's a little. So this is soft. This is the hook. No, this is the loop, and then in here, this last piece of molly has hook in it. So whenever you tuck it in, that last little bit, it's secured with molly, or it's secured with Velcro. And then you have this little tab here. I try to reach in there and disengage the Velcro and untuck it that way. But you do have this little tab here. One of them was kind of tight, and I was able to just peel it out with this, which was kind of nice. So I'm thinking. I'm trying to decide what I want to do. I'm trying the large nerd pouch on the front because I'm just going to try it out. I'm not super excited about building this out super tall, but I'm going to try it because I do like having pockets to put stuff in. So currently I do have my hook anything hook here from Haley Strategic, and I haven't found a good place to put this on my belt or on my kit where my gloves just aren't all in the way. So what I've done is, I haven't given up on this guy, but I'm still working on what to do with him. So I put my gloves in here in the raid pouch. So they're right here where I could get to them. And one thing I noticed whenever I was zipping this up, one of the zipper was wanting to catch on this side. When you put your armor in, make sure that there's a spot in here where you can it's hard to see, but you can tuck the soft armor insert kind of back up into stuff. Make sure it's tucked into that, otherwise the flap, the edge fabric of the soft armor will catch in your zippers and stuff like that. So I fixed that. One other thing, so that is how Shaw does their molly attachments. This is the Haley Strategic. This is their single mag pouch with their M2 insert that I like so much. What Shaw does, they have 1/2 inch here. So if you're doing 1/2 inch on, in the other video I did 1/2 inch here, 1/2 inch on the belt to attach. So it gives you more attachment area, more weaves. So that's nice. Especially when you go Haley to Haley, like the belt is Haley, the pouch is Haley, they match. Haley doesn't have Velcro here, but what it does have is this hard tab for about 1 3/4 or 2 inches. So you weave in and out, weave in and out, weave in and out, and then you kind of have to like force this over. But once it's tucked in and it snugs in real tight, and the hard tab makes it so it doesn't want to come undone. So that's how Haley approaches their molly from what I've seen on this, from their mag pouches. Alright, so let's put this in here. We're going to go in the top. Here's my tool. I took my mags out to make it easier to access. I'm going to get everything started, and then I'll start pulling them through. And I'm just using my little tool here to make a little space so I can tuck them initially. Then you just grab it and pull it through. Just like that. when I took the big freaking pouch off of my side of my cummerbund, I did not like it. I mean, when it was empty, it was fine, but as soon as I put AR mags in it, it was way too bulky right underneath my arm. Man, what do we got going on here? Catching on something. The back of this Velcro, the back of this strap is catching. There's a seam where the Velcro is sewn on and is catching the next spot. And whenever I try to tuck this underneath, it's catching on my tool, so my tool ends up stuffing it. There we go. Stuffing it back in instead of grabbing it the way I want. So what I learned on this one is I'm going in kind of sideways at an angle and then turning up and lifting my the mouth of the plier, so that way it doesn't catch the, see here, I don't know if you could see this. See, there's that seam. That's what I was catching on. All right, so now we're back. This is easy because it's just these straps and they don't have stuff in between, so these ones are easy to tuck into like that. Pull these tight, and then we just keep going until we get down to the bottom here. And I'm just going to be trying different configurations until I find a loadout that I like. Mainly I just want the mags, but I do like the idea of having pockets on the kit so I can put stuff in there. So that technique worked a lot better. I don't know if you could see it, but I go in sideways underneath with the mouth open, and then I twist it up and then pinch down. That's what I'm going for anyway. This would be a real bear without any tools, and it's already kind of tricky with these little needle nose that I do have. Getting underneath it's the tricky part. So in that case, I just jammed the pliers underneath it and used the pliers as a ramp to just push it up the top. I wasn't able to get a good purchase on it. right, there you go. Got them all. Pull them all this way. Did I start this wrong? No. Oh, I thought I did it wrong, but I got one more tuck in here, and that will get me in the back, on the back side, and then I'll go back down through, out, and then tuck into the Velcro here. So one more fold into the pouch. These are the easy side. I don't need a tool for this. And for the molly to work, you want to do this weave in and out instead of just putting it in the top, threading it all the way to the bottom and attaching it. Doing that will work, but if you thread it back and forth between the pouch and whatever you're attaching it to, in this case this placard, you'll have a much stronger attachment than if you were to just put it in the top, run it all the way behind everything down the bottom, and then tie it in. You would be able to slide your hand all the way through the backside. It would just be a big loop, and it's better than nothing, but it wouldn't be as strong a connection as going back and forth, back and forth. All right, so now here we go. Last one on the placard. Through. I'm gonna get them all through before I Velcro them in, because it's gonna make it tricky. Get them all stuck in here. Okay, so now pull these through. First spear's tube, making it easier to get that out of the way. There we go. So all of them are pulled through nice and tight. So now all we have left to do is, if you can see it here, there's this bottom row of molly has Velcro here. So these Velcro tabs, you just tuck them in here. And I push them in as deep as I can, and then I push them in to activate so the Velcro holds, but I want it to be a nice tight fit, as tight as I can get it. Look at that. Strong. So that Velcro you're hearing, that's the placard attached to the front. I could peel that off, and you've seen me do it in other videos where I unbuckle these, peel it off, but this pouch isn't going to go anywhere. And if I'm wearing this and it's tied in with my first spear tubes into my cummerbund, the placard won't pull off. Even if this catches on something or somebody grabs it and pulls it, this isn't going to come off. And you can see how it's woven in there in the MOLLE right here. So that's my Shaw Concepts large nerd pouch attached to the front of my placard, giving me a nice pocket. Right now, you want to see what's in there? It's all of my First Spears, not my First Spears, my Haley Strategic Mandible Velcro MOLLE strips. I took the bungees off of my M2 insert mag pouches because these are just redundant retention. If you've watched my other videos, you see how these things hold magazines. You do not need a bungee retention for this. Oh, and this is that multi-tool that you've seen in my previous videos that John was nice enough to send me from, well, this is a Wheeler tool, but John from Swap Rig Holsters was nice enough to send this to me. So that's that. See all my important documents and stuff go in there. Hope that helped.